Now let's take a look at the trait activity component. So this is the 15 minutes at the end of class on lessons 3, 4, 7 and 8 for seed to sapling. The purpose of this is to reinforce the 7 traits and demonstrate them in various ways. They're also interactive. They include games and activities. Moving on, if we look at the class structure for a seed class, in the second half we can see that either the CTP speaking activity takes place or the trait activity takes place, depending on what lesson it is. So the trait activity will be on lesson 3, 4, 7 and 8, and it takes 15 minutes. Okay, so let's look at our guidelines next, which are in the SEL folder on SharePoint. And here we are at the trait activity page. So our resources again will be the PowerPoint provided on OneDrive. Also check for any additional resources that are required to prep. Our outcomes then are to use activities to practice trait language and behavior. It's more kinesthetic in approach, and the students can take home different ideas about how to practice character traits. So similar to how we completed the previous character trait related programs, you would load up your PowerPoint, familiarize yourself with the activity, explain the rules clearly to students, model and make sure they have a clear understanding, split them into teams, use trait language and modeling again throughout the activities, and continue the exercise for the full time duration, and then end with a discussion on how that trait can help them within their lives. And finally, there's the map of which traits are covered in what lessons. Okay, so let's take a look at an example. So this will be for a Seed 1 class. In the top right hand side, you can see that grit is the focus for the activity. And it's paper toss. So the objective here is to see how many balls the team can get into the trash can within 1 minute. The rules are you must stand behind the line, no throwing after the minute is up. Paper toss. Now this slide here is also provided for you on the SharePoint so that you can open it up on your board to keep track. And then a discussion. So how did we practice grit today? Who in the class did you think had good grit? What do you think the number 1 rule of grit is? Try again or give up. Poll the class, have discussion, maybe related to student lives. Okay, so a fun little activity, again reinforcing the character trait grit. Now let's quickly look at a sapling example. Trait of the day, this is tongue twisters, so we can see how the difficulty changes as we go through the levels. The trash can activity would be too simple for sapling students. This is to see how many tongue twisters the students can repeat in 30 seconds. If you say the tongue twister incorrectly, you must start again. You get 1 point for each one completed. Next, we can load up this slide again on the smartboard and keep track of the points. And finally, here are our tongue twisters for the students. So again, you want them to have a bit of fun, to have some activities here. And the key thing is to reinforce the importance of the trait in relation to their own lives and any future goals they want to achieve. I also want to briefly mention the My Character Journey pages. So these are worksheets for CTP Day for students. Okay, they're part of the skills review. The purpose then again is just more reinforcement on the traits and checking their understanding. So this is for seed to sapling students during CTP Day. Here is an example of what the sheets look like for the various levels. Okay, so very straightforward. They will complete this as part of their busy work, again reinforcing the traits.